Check, check, check. Should be able to hear me. Nice trippy delay. Like a bit crush delay. I got a better mic here too. Please start in just a few. Oops, I had it muted. Now you should be able to hear the music. There we go, there we go. Do you prefer this microphone? This one sounds good too. Okay, so I'll just be exploring some sounds tonight, checking up on chat over so often. build something from scratch. So that just erased all the memory. So we'll just go from scratch. Gotta get hydrated. I heard about a guy who got, I think he was like working on some synth and he came across some crystalline substance inside of it, and it turned out to be crystalline LSD. But I've never heard someone lacing the knobs of their synth. I feel like there's an easier way to dose yourself. I feel like lacing the knobs of your synth would be a little wasteful even. Yeah, I've heard about that story. And he like came across crystalline LSD inside the synth as he was working on it. Pretty funny. The acid back in the day was way better than the stuff we got now. It's kind of like the opposite of how weed is. This is a nice chill jam, I guess. I almost canceled it right before because I was troubleshooting. Couldn't get the audio to work. I had to restart my laptop, restart the interface, and then that got it to work. I had to restart both things independently too, because I did it, or together, I mean, because I did it independently and it didn't work. But then when I restarted it and then plugged it in, so it thought that I was plugging in the interface first. I don't know. That's what got it to work. Last week I was troubleshooting for like 30 minutes. It was frustrating. I was pissed off. But tonight, it's working a little bit better. We got something nice and chill. Let's add some crazy arpeggios in. There was a bug. Where? I goes at Nostra. So this I have set up to a glitch right here. If I press this top button right here, it'll repeat like that. I can control how many, so I can slow it down if I turn the knob on here. And then if I turn it this way, I can bit crush it. And it acts almost like a filter to it. So that's all just from this button and this turning this knob right here. But if I move it, as you were probably seeing, I'm sweeping the filter on the bass right here. So I open up the filter when I pull it down like that. See that? So you can get really crazy with it. What's really fun is you can start it like... almost like a noise. So it's great for, as you said, transitions. You could like build up. And you know what's really cool is I can control both of those at the same time. So I can do... I can go... So right now we have two voices going and the drums. Here, I'll make them so they're not as aggressive anymore. I mean, this is in a process of building this synth out right now because last time I built this during the live stream. The one right before this, it's Learning Modular with FREAKBAiT. You can find it on YouTube on FREAKBAiT TV. But if you search Learning Modular with FREAKBAiT, you can find how I built all these cables, how I put these cables, because we started from scratch. It was empty, there was nothing plugged in, and then we plugged in one cable at a time, and I described what it does and why. And all these are necessary. You know, it looks like it might be, you know, just for aesthetics, but it's actually a necessary connections. And I describe everything. I you know, do the step-by-step breakdown of every single cable that I plug in on there. You can look it up. It's Learning Modular with FREAKBAiT. Episode 1, I think it was, because I might do it another time, another day. Because, I mean, there's so many different ways you can orientate this. I'm not using any of these sequencers down here. There's I got 2 sequencers right next to each other. Actually, I got 3 different sequencers. I got a quantizer right here. I mean, I have a lot of different stuff that I'm actually not utilizing in this patch. I have 4 different voices that I'm not using. One right here, one right here. Oh no, 5 different voices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can incorporate these voices if I wanted to. I could put it into the sequencer, and we can get a sequence going. And then here, I'll do a real basic sequence because this one requires like programming, and that takes a while. I don't want to sit here and program this for 15 minutes to try to get it to do, you know, the melody that I want it to. But this one just sends out control voltages controlled by a knob. So depending on how I turn this knob, it's sending out the voltage. So what I'll do is I'll run one of these voices through here and we'll add another voice. Make it nice and fast and arpeggiated. Maybe I'll explain what I'm doing. What's the oh, is it the letter between H and J? Is that what you want me to ban? The IRL ban? Well, I guess it's just the blank RL ban. If you want me to, is that the letter though? Okay, that'll be it. I'll do that. So the first thing that me has to do is me has to plug from the voice into the the sequencer. So here, let me get this. So that's sending a voltage per octave right there. But first I have to send a clock to it because right now it's not sending out anything. So let's do the clock. So now it's shifting every, let's see, what is that? Number 6. So that's every 4 steps it'll switch to a new tone. So what I'm doing is I'm sending that to this, but you can't hear it because I have to plug it in from here to that. It's pretty boring right now. You hear? Oh, it sounds horrendous, right? Here, let's speed it up a little. So we're just kind of getting random bleep bloops, right? Not very melodic. So what we can do is we can take the output of this and we can actually put it into the quantizer, and that'll quantize it to specific notes that we want it to be. So here, I'll get on that. So I'm giving it a gate and I'm giving it a voltage. And next I'm going to give it a clock. Now it'll automatically force it. If it's within a parameter of a note, it'll automatically force it to that note. That's quantization. So I'm doing a very hard quantization, so it has pretty wide ranges depending on. So if I feed it, 2 volts, and I say only output, 3 volts or 5 volts, then it's going to output 3 volts, and then if I put anything above 3 volts, it's going to output 5 volts automatically. And that's how it's going to work with that. So now you hear that, I'm going to actually see what notes we're playing on the arpeggio over here, and then I'm going to match it to that. So let me do that quick. mean, it sounds a little cool, but let's give it some space, you know. So here, hold on. I'm gonna run this. What I'm first gonna do is I'm gonna change this harmonic. So I'm gonna give it an LFO controlling the harmonic. It's going to turn that knob for me right here. There we go. So I'll keep it right there. But now I want to give it some more, as I was saying, room. So how are we going to do that? Hitting some crazy high notes right there. Almost like radio frequency stuff. It's a little ugly. Let's switch it over to a wasp filter. Got some nice trippy in-tune beat boops right here. It's following the same notation that I have the arpeggio, but it's, you know, weird, crazy beat boops. Oh, hell yeah. I've worked with Meow Wolf, if you haven't seen my stuff that I've made with them. I actually used this modular setup in actually this exact voice that I'm using right now, the knit. I use that, the one that you're hearing right now, I use that in a Meow Wolf video. Hold on one second, I'll be right back. me forgot to not say that letter, so I gotta restart. I didn't even start a timer. Let's do a 15 minute timer. We got 15 minutes on the clock right there. We, me, not the other word. Me talking third person now. I'm trying to fix something that I got in here right now to get it set up, but I think it's good. I got a big ass fat spider on my roof. Do you want to see it? I can see it up here. I'm gonna move the camera so you can look at the spider. How well you could see it right there, but it's like right there. Oh, me said a bunch of me statements again. I gotta restart this. I made it. Me made it literally 2 minutes. Me restarted it. Oh, look at the spiders going back inside the crack. Let's make these drums a little more aggressive. For some reason, Flatty Jr. isn't jumping around as much as usual. Oh, there he goes. Me was wondering why it was doing that. It's a big ass spider, though. I couldn't really see it. I'd have to like zoom in. Me would have to zoom in. Me restarted, and me restarted the timer. This is pretty cool, but it's a little repetitive. Here, let's make it less repetitive. So what we can do, because they're in this patch. Me was trying to think of the word. In this patch, I just said That's a hard word. So me started building this. Okay, me just wanted to make it so you could hear me. But me started building this years ago. It used to be much smaller. It used to be so me 3D printed me first case. Completely empty right now. There's nothing in it, obviously. But this was my first case, and me put basic modules in, mostly hand built and second hand. Me putting it back. But after a while, me started building an intentional, me would need specific modules. So, you'll have LFOs, low frequency oscillators. You'll run out of those eventually. You'll especially run out of VCAs, voltage controlled amplifiers. Me use those for everything. You could see how many me used for this patch. Yeah, we could stack word bands. Are you gonna make it me? I'll just say FREAKBAiT then. You should make it something even harder than me. I mean, you could do me, but now this actually might be a challenge though, because how would me be able to... Oh, actually, I can do 2 timers. Never mind. I just realized I said I. Me needs to stop talking. That'd be the best way. Me 30 seconds in. It's so difficult. Me just vibing. Me just vibing. Chatting. Me have to pay attention to chat and make sure that when you make it so I can't say me. That only restarts. Me just realized I said me can't say me. Me just restarted it. Me knows. Me has a difficulty. Me really thinking about everything me say. Me have to think like a caveman. Or at least speak like a caveman. While me vibe out. Me could route these through the mixer right here. Let me be right back. 1 minute. Be back. Me gotta hydrate. Me scared of what you will be doing with your points. Because it makes me scared to talk. Me really like that. Luca will have 1,000,000 void points. Uh-oh, me messed up the me can't think of the word. Me so focused on not saying specific word that me can't think. .32 bus piano man. Me believe if subscribed, you shouldn't see ads. Me not sure though. Me built these over years. Me purchased these on Reverb. Me was gifted a few. Me was gifted this filter underneath the timer. Oh. Me was gifted this by Flesh Simulator. Check out Flesh Simulator. Me really recommend his channel. The most chill grandpa ever. Me gonna make it this time. Me have to get some water real quick. Me be right back. Me back. Me think that me will reduce the word band timer to 5 minutes rather than 15. Let's make this go faster. I have a bunch of different Legos. I was using it for a series that I was making, but I never ended up releasing it. Oh yeah. Me have a bunch of Legos. Me won't talk much. Me just vibe. Okay. This is fast. But let's get nice and chill. Let's get nice and chill with it. Yeah, I've got a schedule. Ah, no! Me has a schedule. Me not talk. Me make mistake too many times. me gonna restart this whole vibe. All right. Me make something much more chill. favorite band for 6 more minutes. 1 minute and 23 seconds before me can say the banned word. I made it through. It was difficult. I didn't talk much. That's the way I did it. Because every time, I don't know, that was like 45 minutes worth of me not being able to say I. Why would I say I? 4, like 6, I, 4, 3. Today I've been working on the next big video that I'll be putting out. I'm excited about. It's very different from my normal stuff, different animation style, different animation models, just different style in general, but still the same old FREAKBAiT you know and love. No, not FREAKBAiT News. This is something that I haven't released yet. I did do a preview of it in one stream a long time ago, but I won't remember how long it was, because I've been sitting on this for months. So right now it's hold on, I was just looking at something right here. I'm following this. I'll have to deal with it after stream. But I have been working on a new video that should be coming out. I don't know if I should release it this week or next week. I don't know, because at the end of this week I have the FREAKBAiT News episode coming out on Friday. It is pre-released for anybody in Patreon or any of my subscribers on YouTube or members on YouTube. They'll get to see it early. And then I have several episodes of FREAKBAiT News. I have several episodes of Butt Crack Mirror that I have planned. I put the mission series to the side because I was exhausted of just posting every single day and not really growing that much on YouTube. And then I didn't post for 2 days and lost almost 1,000 subscribers. So it was just like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna try to chase the algorithm anymore. I'm just gonna make stuff that I enjoy. And if I lose, even if I lose 500,000 followers, like I would still have 500,000 subscribers, so I can't really complain. Even if, my videos only get seen by, 1/10 of that or 1% of that, I can't complain. Yeah, the FREAKBAiT news preview, that I think I finished it this weekend sometime, and I planned it for a release of this Friday. So it'll be coming out for the general public on Friday. And then I have one that's very different from my normal stuff. The entire render style is different. The animation style, everything is very different. I might release it, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Or maybe I'll release it next week or later this week. We'll see. If I finish it tonight, I might get so excited about having it finished that I'll release it tomorrow. But it might be best to release it to my Patreon subscribers first and then release it later. I'm not sure. I deleted that post on YouTube about saying that the metrics are blah blah blah. I don't know, because people just kept on trying to give me oh, have you tried this? Have you done this thing? It's yeah, I'm not looking for advice. I was just telling you why. I've been doing this for years, so when people try to give me advice, it's I promise you I've already done it. I have people telling me you should start a Patreon, or on Instagram I'd have people telling me have you tried making a YouTube? It's yeah, well beyond that. I got so many irons on the fire. I've been working on this book. I've got several videos and planned. I have a new album coming out. It's what's it called? It Came From the Internet, Volume 7. That's coming out this Friday on all streaming platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, all of them. Everything. Deezer, whatever Deezer is, it'll be on that too. Oh yeah, you've been getting those fancy Legos. Botanical sets. They're so expensive though. I made a video on why Legos are so expensive, since they have to gather the microplastics from 51 corpses to make a single 2x2 Lego brick, or 2x4 Lego brick, sorry. So there's a lot of different stuff I can do with this. I can control this LFO and pair it. I can make this automated, so I don't have to sit here and do that. But I like having a little control over it. Same with this. Sending out for anybody who has the $5 and up Patreon subscription, every month you get a mailer, and I just got the stuff that I'll be sending out for this month's. It's pretty late in the month. What is it, 17th? I don't remember what day it is. The 15th. But yeah, that'll be going out probably within the next couple days. All the Patreon, everybody in the $5 and up, and then everybody in the $5 and up also gets credited in the long form videos. So any videos that aren't mission videos usually have the end section that thanks all the Patreons, the Patreon supporters or patrons, whatever you want to call them. This Friday, I'm going to be on a podcast. It's not going to be coming out until I don't know when he has to edit it and do all the stuff, however long it takes. But this Friday, I will be going on to a podcast and doing an interview from the Obsessed with Death podcast. So I'd recommend checking them out. It's really awesome. It's a really good podcast. It's just all about death. They'll have people, they'll have morticians on and doctors, hospice nurses. Then they'll have like comedians, and they'll have artists and all sorts of stuff. He hit me up a couple days ago, like a week ago or so, and we have a scheduled podcast session coming up on this Friday. Actually, I scheduled it at 3 p.m. my time. It's like 3 to 4, 3 to 4:30 or something. And that's actually right in the middle of a scheduled stream. So I might stream a little earlier or stream a little later, whatever. I'll stream around that, and we'll see. But I might do like a coloring stream. We'll see. It'll be this Friday. So the base Patreon is $1 per month, and you basically unlock all the different stuff on there. And then $5 per month and $10 per month get you a mailer every month. And then $10 per month gets you a big credit on all the videos and other, discounts and stuff like that for the $10 per month. You had to submit a claim. I thought you said that the insurance doesn't cover that. This little guy here is going to be making a cameo soon. I'm going to be making a lot more different videos. I didn't want to keep making the mission videos. I was doing it for the algorithm, and then when the algorithm wasn't paying me out, and I was like, okay, fuck you then. I'm going to make what I want. Oh yeah, if I set up the... Right now I don't have it set up to patch out, but I can patch this out to a stereo delay and a stereo reverb. So if you're wearing headphones, it'll bounce like from ear to ear, and it'll sound like it's surrounding you. It's really, really cool. It sounds incredible. Like, that's one of the cool things about Modular too, is that you have such minute control over every single different little tiny nuance. So I can control exactly where each voice is. And it's like a whole DAW in a single synth, I guess you'd call it. And it's big. It costs a lot. And it's very complicated and hard to learn. And there's things that I still haven't learned. This thing right here, the maths, this is a computer, essentially. It's its own analog computer. It has comparators, and it has all sorts of different stuff. It's incredible. I barely know how to use this shit. As you see, it's not plugged in at all. Not plugged in at all. This is a really cool, this is the black edition of the maths too. And then I have the Abacus, which is the Behringer ripoff of the maths. As you can see, there's nothing plugged into that one either. I don't know how to fucking use it. I mean, I know how to use it basically. I can use it as a slew limiter. I can use it as, a mixer. There's a lot of different ways I can use it. Nothing that I'm using it for right now, but it is one of the most versatile pieces of equipment that you can get. It is one of the #1 modules of all time sold. You look it up on like modulargrid.com. Maths is up there. It's like number 3 or number 4. It's one of the number one. It's one of the top all time sold. It would be cool, so I could connect. I could basically make a patch that uses every single voice, and I have enough cables. I've done it before where I use every single voice, every single module in here. But it gets really complicated, and I end up having to dual stack the mixers. So what I have right here, I have a mixer right here that has 8 channels that mixes down to 1, and then I have another mixer right here that has 6 stereo channels that mix down to 3 mono channels that I can actually cascade into a single mono channel. And then I have I think this is a 4-channel mixer right here. And then finally my 5-channel mixer that I have for the end part right here. So I can cascade all of these into each other and have, like 20 instruments going at once. But it gets crazy and noisy, and you really don't even you have to make some that only pop up when others go away. So you can have things like comparative, so it'll have actually Maths is perfect for that. So what you can do is say when this is putting out a note, then I hook it up to this and I say when this is putting out a note, mute this one, so don't let this make a sound. And then when this isn't putting out a note, this can make a sound. So they're kind of, it's an or, basically, statement right there. This or this, either one of those. You can also I can make this modulate a filter so only the filter will play when I do this. So maybe I want to duck this. I want to put this in I want to make it drop down so it doesn't muddy up or get too loud in certain frequencies. I can cut certain frequencies only when this plays or only when that plays. All sorts of different stuff. There's so much you can do. I have a formant filter right here. It makes vowel sounds, ah, eh, oh, that kind of stuff. So if I put a filter, if I put a synth through here, I can make it sound like a mouth doing it, make it sound like it's a synth singing. And then I have a vocoder right here, so I can have that I can make myself have like a robot voice. I haven't even hooked this up yet. But there's so much that I can do. I just really, when I'm jamming, I go to the old faithful. I love this. I want to get another one of these. The joystick, because it's just so versatile. It's like 5 controllers in one. So I can. So I'm controlling 3 units right there at the same time with that one button and twist. Like right here, right there, I'm using the glitch unit right here, and then when I use this, I'm using the lo-fi unit right there. So I'm running it through the actual lo-fi unit right here. So I have the lo-fi unit, and I have the slicer, which is the glitch. So and then I can control really slow, really fast, and then into just complete degradation. And that's controlling 3 different units, all with just that. So I love that. It's really, really versatile. Right now, this is just a chill vibe, kind of dark. Could be fun to hook up. Probably not on this stream, but maybe on another Modular Monday. I'll do a challenge and I'll hook up every single module, and we'll see what crazy shit we can get out of that. That'd actually be pretty fucking fun. This module I might not be able to do. I've been having issues with the resonance. I plugged it in earlier in the stream, and there was a point when you hear like that radio sound, that really high pitch, like kind of weird. I can't emulate it. My voice isn't that, but it's like super high pitched kind of radio sound. The issue with that, there might be a short in there or something, that the resonance is just cranked all the way to the top, no matter what I have the knob at right here. So actually, but this the resonance right there, and I don't know, like I'm not sure the frequency when I was cutting through it. I could partially use it as a filter, but once I hit certain frequencies, the resonance would spike and just overly distort and get really ugly. I like this dark sound though, it sounds cool. What I particularly like here, I'll drop this down, this sound effect. That sound effect right here. When it goes. I like that. It sounds trippy. And it's something hidden behind everything else, because you have the drums. Then you have the bass. Then you have those trippy synths. Because you also have this, too. That right there. It's kind of an annoying sound by itself. Both of these are like weird experimental sounds. But when you have everything going at once, it sounds really cool. Sounds like an alarm. Yeah, it does. But when it's hidden in the back, it just gives this kind of unsettling eeriness. Here, let's crank the reverb on it too. Well, actually, I don't think that one's plugged in the reverb. Let me see what I got. Oh, this is so now it's super reverbed out. Listen to that. Sounds massive. I just fed it some self-feedback. That's why I did that sound. Look how massive that sounds now. It sounds like a giant, like, alien spaceship coming from far away. Here comes the drums. Here's the bass. Kind of sound nightmarish. I like it. Just drop it back to this right here. Just sounds like a nightmare. Oh, here, let's get some vocal effects. All right. Coming to the end of the stream right here. Not quite going till 10 tonight, but just about. I felt like that was an appropriate time, letting the Feel It in My Sauce just kind of devolve into ambient chaos. I'm not quite sure. There was some rhythm in there, so I'm not sure how ambient that was. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by tonight. As always, it's a good time, especially when I can get the actual fucking music to work. Last time that was so stressful. This time it was much better. Varker, I need to look that up. But it was a nice sesh talking with everybody, and just this was kind of a basic jam. But I think next time, maybe on the next stream, actually, the next Modular Monday stream, we could do just a full. I'll challenge myself to use every single module on this entire board. It might get a little chaotic and crazy and noisy, but as opposed to any other stream that I do, I always try to get a little edge of noise, you know, get something rhythmic. Sometimes I'll do like a hip hop kind of thing, something dancey. I tend to veer towards the dark industrial. Plus, a lot of the tools that I have right here, they also help me veer towards those. I got like fuzzes and I've got wasp filters, stuff like that, you know. But so as always, it was a great time. FREAKBAiT sauce, you can feel it. I can feel it in my sauce. I have to so I recorded a loop of me saying I can feel it in my sauce. That's what you're hearing in the background right there. That it's just all glitched out. I could put it to normal here. Hold on. There we go. Other than, you know, I did manipulate my vocals so that the bass line's already going to be in the middle. There we go. I can feel it in my sauce. Well, before I bid everyone adieu, I just want to say I do have some new stickers out. A bunch of new stickers. I can feel it in my sauce. In my sauce. But yeah, I'll be working on a video. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow. Maybe it'll come out next week. Who knows? Maybe it'll come out later this week. Really, it depends on how excited I am when I'm finished with it tonight. But I feel like I will be done with it probably by like midnight tonight. So we'll see. But as always, thank you very much for stopping in. It was a great jam session. Hold on, let me take this sample right here and just send it to complete decimation. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm gonna do one last filter sweep. And always remember, FREAKBAiT loves you. See you next time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Master Profi. Thank you, Nostra. Not sure if Luca's still here. I was going to go check if he was still in chat. But thank you. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you next time.